Hello mathematicians, and welcome to day 2 of our triangle unit. Hopefully day 1 went very well because it should have been a review. But without further ado, please have this worksheet in front of you. If not, go get it. And let's go ahead and fill in our notes. So the first note is, what is the interior angle sum of a triangle? Now that is a huge mouthful, but what I'm saying is if I have a triangle and I were to add up all of these sides, what should that equal to? And if you said 180 degrees, then you are correct. Hopefully you know this by now. And yes, we're going to be seeing this 180 number a lot in this unit. The second thing we have is the exterior angle theorem, which is basically saying, if I were to extend a line out of one of my triangles, how much would that angle be? So without giving you the answer, I'm going to show you the proof as to why this is. So I'm going to go ahead and write it down here. The proof / the explanation. So for this, we have to remember that the interior angle of triangles should equal to 180. So that means that looking at this triangle right here, I know that A plus B plus C should equal to 180 degrees, all right? So hopefully you got that down in your head. Another thing I want you guys to notice is that this line is 180 degrees. So that means if I add up this angle C and this angle D, it should form my whole line and I should get 180 degrees. So let me also go ahead and write that in a different color. So C and D are supplementary, which means that C plus D should equal 180. But well, let's see. These equations are, let me write this backwards so you can better see it. So D plus C should equal 180 degrees. Okay. Now let's look. These equations are super similar. I have 180. I have an equal sign. I have C. The only thing different is I have this D and this A and B. So if we think about it, if I'm saying D plus C equals 180 right here, and A plus B plus C equal 180, then it follows that A and B has to be the same number as D. These are the same. So if you're ever looking for the exterior angle of an angle, you just have to add up the other angles that are on the opposite side of it. So D equals angle A plus angle B. It probably looks like a little hectic. It might seem like a lot, but it's going to be very helpful. Trust me. So let's go ahead and do problem number 1. It says find the measure of each angle indicated. So it's indicated by this question mark. So this first problem says that 65 degrees plus 57 degrees plus a missing angle, which we'll call x because we like using x, should equal to 180 degrees because every triangle's interior sum should always be 180 degrees. So 65 plus 57 gives me 122 plus this x that we're looking for, and this should equal 180. So you can either count up or you can subtract. So you could do 180 minus 122 on the calculator. Either way, you get that our missing angle should equal 58 degrees. The first couple problems are pretty simple and they should be reviewed because of what we've been doing in the quadrilaterals unit. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to problem 5. So problem 5 is going to deal with our exterior angle theorem because you see how we're dealing with angles that are on the outside. So to find this angle right here, I have to add up the angle right here with the angle right here. The problem is that I do not have this angle right here. So this is going to be a two-stepper. So I'm going to have to solve for x. Let's call that one x. And then we'll call this one a y. So I'm going to write my thinking right here. Step 1, find x. Well, I see that this is a line. So that means that if I were to add up this little smidge right here with this big smidge right here, I should get that this is equal to 180. So that means that my angle of 137, which is my red angle, plus my missing first angle, which is x, I should get that this is equal to 180 degrees because it forms a straight line. So again, you can either count up or you could subtract. I will subtract 180 minus 137, and I get that my x equals 43. Cool. So this equals 43 degrees right here. But that is not my question. We're trying to find our indicated angle, which is over here. This is when it comes, our exterior angle theorem comes into handy, okay? So we're now on step 2. Find y slash or question mark angle. So the theorem states that my outside angle, y, should equal the opposite angles if I were to add them. So that means my y is equal to, or my question mark, is equal to 43 plus 102. And that gives me 145 degrees. And we are done. That is my answer. If we didn't use the exterior angle theorem, then we would have to find this one out by subtracting 180, and then we would have to subtract 180 again to find this one out, which adds in another extra step. So let's be lazy and just use our theorem. Let's go ahead and try out problem 6. This will be the last one I do with you guys. So again, to find this exterior angle, I have to add up this guy with this guy. It's always going to be the opposite ones. The problem is I don't have this guy. So let's see. This one is beautiful because right here I see that I have a pair of vertical angles. When I see x's, I always think of vertical angles and how lucky I am. Because with vertical angles, I know that they are congruent. So this also has to be 35 degrees. Now I can use my exterior angle theorem. Exterior, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Exterior angle theorem. Which states that my question mark angle should equal to 100 plus 35 degrees. So my missing angle should equal to 135 degrees. And I am done. So go ahead and give the rest a try and remember our theorem and how helpful it is. Good luck.